What's going on, guys? All right, so we're just heading to the old gym here. Gonna go and crush shoulders, do a good workout. About 3:45 here, I guess, right now. And as soon as we're done at the gym, man, it's nice out. It's super sunny today. We've got ourselves our neighborly Bridgewater poker game. Gonna fire up again here, the old 5-5 game, kicking off at 6 o'clock sharp. So it should be a good one. Last time it was lots of action, super fun. Can't wait to jump in and see how it goes. So if there's any interesting hands, as always, I'll try and discuss them, see if I could have played it better, played it worse, see what's what, and I'll put a little video together, but should be a good one. All right, till the next one. Hey guys, so about 1:35 in the AM here on Thursday. Just messing around with the old computer in the video after our cash game. So the session went well. We did end up a winner. We profited 1740. But fun game, you know, a couple new faces, a couple of the same faces. 6.5 hour session. We wrapped it up around I guess 12:30 AM. But not too many interesting hands. Maybe 3 hands, I guess, that I can kind of talk about. We came out firing right out of the gates. We had a lot of playable hands, even to a 3-bet. But post-flop, literally just couldn't get anything going. We were just missing absolutely everything. So trending in the wrong direction for the first little bit. Ended up, you know, we bought in for 1,000. Got down to 500, bought in, topped up again. So another 1,000. So, or another 500, so I'm in for 1,000. Then a very interesting 3-way pot developed. Where it was raised pre-flop, 4-5 callers, and I have ace-4 of hearts completing in the small blind, and we flop a flush draw on sort of like the straight kind of board, like the 7-8-5 kind of deal. So I check call basically the whole way. Check call the flop. The turn is a 6. And I check the opponent on my left ends up checking as well. The opponent on my right, because we're 3-handed, fires 150. I call. It gets raised to like I think 350 or 400, and I end up calling the other 250. And I get there on the river. I end up with like the 5 of hearts on the river, which is nice that we made the nut flush, but it pairs the board, so I have to check. And the opponent on my left fires at like 700, and the opponent on my right calls. When he calls, it's super, super strong. It's more than likely a full house, and I didn't take too long to make the decision, but I even said, I'm like, that sucks, you guys. That call is super, super strong. And I fold the ace-4 of hearts, the nut flush, face up. Opponent on my left mucks, and then, of course, the opponent on my right had a full house. He turned a set of 6s and filled up on the river. So we're trending, again, in the wrong direction. So we end up reloading, and I think I'm in for $2,500 total. And then a couple good things start going our way. We get dealt the old king-queen of clubs. Well, actually, before that, we got Deuce 7. The Deuce 7 game was going all night. So if you win with Deuce 7, each player at the table pays you $25. So it's like $175 you win. So there's some incentive. So I got it once, which was great. And a lot of people were getting it. It was actually happening quite frequently in the game, which is cool. And then the King Queen of Clubs hand. Very, very loose player. I think I made it 50 pre. Made it bet 75 on the flop because it had 2 clubs. Turned the club. Checked it to him, knowing he's very, very aggressive. He's going to bet, and we're pretty deep stacked. Sure enough, he fires 125, and I check raise to like 410. He thinks about it, and then he ships it all in, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't have me beat at this point. I think it was a pair with the ace of clubs buried, so he was still chasing for another club. And the river bricks out, so we scoop there with our flush, doubling up. And literally half an hour later, we got aces in a pot that I ended up 4-betting pre-flop. So there was like a raise, call, 3-bet to like 225, and I end up 4-betting it to 500 pre, and my opponent just elects to flat call. So 1,000 in the middle in change on like the driest board ever for 4-betting hands. So it was like deuce 6-3 rainbow. But our stack sizes were awkward. There's 1,000 in the middle. We each have about 900 behind. So rather than bet really, really small or something silly like 25% of the pot on the turn and then, or on the flop, and then shove the river, I just elected to jam. So he checked it to me, I jammed, and then he tanked for like quite a while. Which tells me he probably didn't have kings, because kings would have went in pre, so it's more than likely queens or jacks, leaning more towards queens. He finally comes to the decision to call, and asks if you want to run it once or twice. For those that know me, I'm a run it once type of player. I do not like the run it 2-3 times, split a pot, chop a pot, a third of the pot, all or nothing. If I'm ahead, great. If I'm behind, great. If you get there, great. But let's let there be blood. Let's have some big pots, and it's swingier that way. I'm 100% okay with it. So the board runs out clean. I think it paired like a 6 or something on the river. Nothing really changed. No overcards came. And he just mucks, so I'm guessing it was queens. So we scooped again. So pretty good game. Made a few moves late, didn't work out, then picked off another 2-3 hands. Small pots, chiseled our way back. But I think at our highest point, we're at a $4,500 stack, and we ended up cashing out 4240, which I think was a 1740 profit or whatever it was. But yeah, that was the game. So I just thought I'd come back, do a quick little video. But we're definitely trending in the right direction overall for the month of May. The last couple sessions, we've been winning the last 4 or 5. Anyway, $6,500 profit for live cash in May so far. Anyways, that's the vid, guys. I'm gonna shut her down here, go get some sleep. Have a great night, and I'll be back at it on the next one.
Whoa, 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 hey, hey, ooh, yeah. When I'm looking in the mirror, I ain't seen much clearer than the place that I do find myself in now. For the many ways to drive a crooked man straight, but my path